Hello, hello. Alexander Thomas just got top 32 at the North American World Championship qualifiers. Still using Madolches. So, going to do a deck profile real quick.
Yeah.
Still rocking that pudding Cess. I don't know who saw my featured match. I actually ended up winning with her. She won me so many games. My last Dragon game, day one. Just her ability to destroy cards is nuts. 3 Madolche still. I went up to a 3rd Hoot Cake. I decided I needed speed this time, a little bit faster, just because I knew I'd play more spellbooks here than I did at regionals. Still 2 Messengelados. Still 1 Mufuli, always 1 Mufuli, never more. This time I went with main Thunder King over Kaiku. It's decent against dragons, but it's godly against spellbooks. I played 5 spellbooks. I lost that last one in top 32. Thunder King. Yeah, he double Phoenix Wingwinded me. It was kind of annoying. But Thunder King, literally you could just win an entire game by summoning Thunder King. The first spellbook I beat claimed I sacked him because I drew it. And then he was like hella mad. Next, I went with the playset of hand traps. 3 Veilers, 3 Maxis. I've got the Hoot Cakes. It fuels Hoot Cake. These are actually why I added the 3rd Hoot Cake, because I knew I'd have them. Dragons, spellbooks. I mean, Veil is okay against dragons too, but this crushes dragon, this crushes spellbooks, giving the great game 1 options against both.
So it's very accurate to say that you built your deck for both of them.
I built my deck 100% to beat spellbooks and dragons. Unfortunately, I had to sacrifice my Evil Swarm matchup for it. It was kind of annoying. So those are the monsters, spells, still just 1 Chateau. It's very important. I still side the other, but maining multiples just doesn't make any sense. Ticket, still 2, card super solid. I'm still going 2 Lance. I took it out for a while, and then I rethought about it, and with dragons getting techier and techier, they were actually playing Lightning Vortex, but like, Lance is so good, protects Thunder King. Again, spellbooks, that card is so nuts, because a lot of times Fate is really their only answer to Thunder King. Book of Moon, obvious. Mystical Space Typhoon, I didn't main it because I thought I needed to main it. I mained it because I knew I needed to play it, and I'll show you my side, but it is so packed that I actually had to put main deck options into my deck because I could not fit them in my side. That was one of them. Traps, been hated for it, I don't care. Scrap Iron Scarecrow, that card is nuts. I mean, it gives me the chance to extend the duel to where I want it to be. That's just so huge. Ultimate Offering, obvious, solemn. Vanity's Emptiness, another one that had to make the main to make the cut. I didn't necessarily want to main it, but I couldn't fit it in my side, and I could not lose it. It's so godly against dragons. Again, whoever saw my featured match, this card is how I ended up beating the dragon player. Do not use this card early, people. Save it. I went and reread it. I actually opened Vanity's Emptiness. I played it the second to last turn of the duel. Hold on to it for days. Play every other stop. Once they're grave, because a lot of times their last ditch effort is to play a bunch of monsters from their graveyard, and Vanity's Emptiness shuts that down completely. It's over from there. Madolche Knights, another one I've been hated for. It's not that hard to empty your graveyard. I've got Chateau, Queen, and Hoot Cake doing the job. Plus, I get to choose, a lot of times, choose when I grab Knights, because I get it off of Messengelato. Again, in the featured match, I used this to protect my Imperial Iron Wall from a blaster for the win. This time I went Madolche Palooza. Like I said, I needed some speed. This was the last edition of my deck. I added it Thursday night. Thursday. This card is so good. Once I amass resources, gain some advantage, I can just swarm the board. A lot of times I'm running out of defense by then, so it just lets me, and I can add it to my hand whenever I want. So, Imperial Iron Wall, I went for 1 mained. It shuts down the 2 big decks. It's so bad against other decks, I couldn't go for 2, but I wish I had. Well, not wish I had, but I wish I could. Mirror Force, I went just 1. Double Bottomless, double Compulse, double Bribe. If you're trying to play a back row control deck, play Dark Bribe. It's the best protection from Heavy Storm because it protects from everything else too.
How did you feel that Bribe did for you this weekend?
Bribe was phenomenal. I won in top 32, in top 64. I played against Spellbooks for only 2-0 of the day. I went all game 3s. In top 32, in top 64, the guy, I played Anti-Spell Fragrance, game 3, and he went to MST it. I dark bribed it, that won the game. Same with, I hit 5 heavy storms over the course of the weekend with it. Like, and yeah, they get a card, but I mean, I have, when they're facing 4 back row, my last round of day 1, that's what happened. Like, the guy just wasn't able to get over all the back row, even though he opened storm, I just bribed it. It's so good.
Go into the extra deck next.
Extra? All right, two queens. 1 Zen Mines. I know he's not great, but I mean, 1 Invoker, not 2. I think the C spam is not good. I actually did use him a lot more than I've ever used him before. In my top 64 match, that's what happened. After I kind of locked him out of the game, he started having to set stuff because of Fragrance, and I was able to use Mew and Hoot to go Invoker and start bouncing the cards he had to set because of Anti-Spell Fragrance, and he couldn't activate them. So Levier didn't go into it, but Soul of Silver Mountain, I actually put this in because of Evil Swarms, not because I could take their monsters out, but because I can lock out that fucking trap card or the quick play. Force him to activate it right there. Like, I wasn't trying to have him sit on Pandemics. Acid, skill, because of skill drain. Gagaga won like 5 games off it, it's great. Abyss Dweller, I also, the last round, day 1, it was a dragon guy, and Abyss Dweller locked him out. It made it so he couldn't use his graveyard. Awesome. My Stroke, Dire. Fairy King Albert fucking Deke. Like,
that's how you say his name.
Fairy King Albert Deke is a champion. One of the first things I realized after I topped last regionals, I was like, why the fuck is I not playing this card? It gets over Ophion, it gets over every single Dragon Ruler, and it gets over High Priestess. Like, this thing is a 2800 rank 4. I won 3 games on its effect. One time I was able to get over the guy's Tempest and then just OTK him. But this was how I was able to get over Tempest in the first place. I love that card. And then I went Utopia Ray, just in case. It never happened, but... Oh, sorry, I was playing Torrential Tribute too. I don't know why that ended up behind the token. And then, yeah, so Shockmaster, never went into him once. Don't go into Shockmaster against Spellbooks and Dragons, guys. Sounds like a good idea, it's awful. Side deck, 1 Meta Ion. I agonized with this until the minute I had to turn my deck list in. I wanted to play a second because of Evil Swarms, but I just couldn't fit it because I needed this other stuff. But this card's godly. 2 Kaikus. I had to push him to the side. I know it's good against Dragons and Spellbooks, but Thunder King just is useful against other matchups, and I didn't want to get pigeonholed and get, like, I don't know, beaten by something else. Marmalade. This card is so good. 2500 defense. Basically, if I play, she's for the 1 side card for everything that's not Spellbooks or Dragons. 3 Drone and Lock Birds this time. I was running, last time I was very ill prepared for Spellbooks. This was one of my answers. You all know what it does, but like, if I can stop them for just 1 turn, it gives me a chance to play cards and then control the board from there. And once I gain control of the board, that deck cannot, like, regain. That deck has a really hard time getting over the control that I've exerted. It's so, like, this is just for that 1 turn. It's like a hand trap threatening roar. Double Anti-Spell Fragrance. I've actually been telling people all weekend, if I could change 1 thing, it'd be that I'd play a 3rd. I can't, this card, words can't explain how good this card is.
What would you have dropped for the 3rd?
I don't know. But I would have given it more thought. This card just wins against Spellbooks. I mean, it forced them to start setting everything, and then even once they start adding stuff off the stuff they start to set that stuff. It's just so good. The second Imperial Iron Wall, I wanted to do 3, but like, this card gets really clunky. Like, if you draw 2 of these, it's just not very good. It doesn't do anything defensively, so you have to be able to gain control another way before Imperial will actually be good for you. 3 goes in matches. I would never do another number. If you're playing against Dragons and you draw goes in match, they're either getting rid of it or they're losing the game. Last 2, just spells. Heavy Storm, it's for random shit, although I started citing it in for Spellbooks because fuck those guys. And then Chateau, and then Chateau, I actually started citing this for Spellbooks. I don't know why I wasn't before. It allows me to get rid of the tower without them getting that search, which is great. Yeah.
So what are you expecting for next format with this deck? Like, are you expecting your deck to be higher on the tier list?
Are you expecting new stuff coming out for your deck? Like new support?
I don't believe anything new is going to come out for Madolche's. I mean, it'd be nice to get a king, but I don't think it'll happen. Next format, I am I believe it's going to be fires and harpies everywhere.